By the 1800s, most of the northern states of the U.S. had implemented gradual or immediate emancipation of slaves. The South, however, still heavily depended on slavery. Many groups formed in the effort to abolish all slavery. In the 1820s and 1830s, the major abolition groups were the Quakers, the Free African Americans, and the White Militant Reformers. The Quakers were the head of the American Colonization Society. The society proposed a plan to relocate free slaves back to Africa. This plan, however, had many flaws. By the 1800s, most slaves in the U.S. were born here and had never seen or wanted to go to Africa. The American Colonization Society ended up transporting only 1,400 Africans to Liberia. More slaves were born every week. Many society members were also unable to view Africans as equals. Calling them ignorant and mentally diseased, they were eager to ship their problems away. Some of the northern members even supported racist laws restricting the rights of free African Americans. The major supporters of abolition and equal treatment of Africans were the free African Americans. Some famous African American abolitionists are Frederick Douglass, Harriet Tubman, and Sojourner Truth.
The most famous white militant reformer is William Lloyd Garrison, leader of the Anti-Slavery Society. In his paper, The Liberator, he demanded emancipation and acknowledgement of the immoral nature of slavery. Garrison's crusade against slavery radicalized the northern anti-slavery religious groups. In 1835, abolition groups mailed over 1 million anti-slavery tracts to the southern states. The backlash was tremendous. Southern legislature banned abolitionist writing and encouraged the harassment of anyone distributing it. Garrison, Georgia even offered $5,000 to kidnap Garrison. Unable to resolve the conflict in politics, President Jackson passed the gag rule in 1836. The act prohibited discussion of anti-slavery petitions. Many Northerners found the gag rule unconstitutional, and the law was repealed with the help of John Quincy Adams. With that, the Liberty Party, supporting anti-slavery, was established in 1840.
Women's rights movement. In the 1800s, women couldn't vote or have a political voice. With the help of servants and maids looking after the home, women were able to start their own reform movements. The Grimke sisters. Sarah and Angelina Grimke were sisters with the same views. Living in the southern state of South Carolina, they were used to slavery. They were welcomed in their move north to Philadelphia when their views against slavery came out. They started their movements against slavery with women and grew to both men and women. Being the first women public speakers, ministers were unhappy. Citing the Bible in several ways, the ministers were sure to let the sisters know that what they were doing was going against the proper sphere women were supposed to stay in. Sarah sent back a letter making sure the ministers knew her rights were equal to those of men. Women's rights didn't stop there, though. The Seneca Falls Convention was the first women's rights movement. It helped to push the adjustment of laws to be equal to women as much as men. Making major improvement, the 19th Amendment gave women the right to vote and inspired the women to fight for their rights.